Fixies have a special sign I happen to discover. They hold 3 fingers in the air and flash it to each other. They send their greetings to you, they sing them and they shout. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out.
Modeling clay.
All done. Simka, take a look. I've got my own pack-a-mat. Now look at that, a pack-a-mat made out of modeling clay. But this one's my own, and it looks just like a real one. Okay, you're right, it really does, Nolik.
Simka, Nolik, what's up?
Hi there, Fire.
Wanna play some tag with me?
I really wish I could play tag, but unlike you, I've got tons of work.
Yeah, like what?
Well, a bathroom hook fell down. Tom Thomas broke the lamp on his desk. The aquarium has a tube that's leaking. So go and play. I have to get a pack-a-mat.
Oh.
I wish I could play tag.
Hold on. Nolik, you've got a pack-a-mat.
Uh-huh.
Although I gotta say, it looks a little strange.
That's because it's...
Let's fix everything before Simka with your pack-a-mat and my Fixie board. This'll be great. So where is that hook that fell down? All right. Nolik, get out some sticky stuff.
From where?
Obviously, from out of your pack-a-mat.
But it isn't real. I made it out of modeling clay today.
Out of clay? Well, it totally looks real.
Long ago, back in the Stone Age, people learned how to use clay to make their dishes and sculptures. But the modeling clay that we use nowadays was only invented about 100 years ago. Actually, modeling clay is just plain old clay with some ingredients added so it won't dry out. And dyes are mixed in to make all the different colors. There is just no end to all of the fun things you can make out of modeling clay.
I got an idea. Go on, turn around.
What are you doing?
Grab and glue out of your pack-a-mat. All right, get up here.
Will it stick?
Yeah, of course it will. Let's go and fix the lamp.
We can't fix this without a real pack-a-mat.
Yours will work just fine. Tadish! So, what else did Simka have to fix?
The aquarium.
Hop on. Well, where's that leaky tube?
Here, it's leaking at the joint.
Yeah, this tube is gonna need a lot of modeling clay. Give me the rest of your pack-a-mat.
Sure.
And here's a souvenir. They're all done.
What's all done? We already fixed everything. And what did you fix it with?
Modeling clay.
Ha! Modeling clay isn't gonna hold anything.
Well, I say it will.
Wanna bet?
All right.
Ah, it's exploding!
What in the world is happening here?
Flooding water!
You just do as I tell you, without panicking. Did you know it's possible to make modeling clay in your own home? Just write down this recipe. You'll need a cup of flour, a half a cup of salt, and a half a cup of water. Now, mix the salt with the flour and add the water little by little. Mix it together really well. What are you saying? That it looks just like dough? Well, that's exactly what it is. It's just not for eating. It's way too salty. But you certainly can sculpt things out of it. If you want your modeling clay to be colorful, you can add food coloring or watercolors to it. That's it. Your modeling clay is ready to be sculpted. When you're finished, don't forget to let your figures dry in the sun. That way they'll get nice and hard and last you a very long time. Phew. We almost didn't make it.
And did you fix the lamp with that modeling clay? Uh-huh. And the hook, too. That was not a good idea.
But it was really quick.
Hey, that's true. That's why I want to give a medal to you. You're heroes.
For real?
Of course you are. And here it is, your medal.
But it's made out of modeling clay.
Your reward fits your heroic deed.
Reflexes.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? 3. Don't you remember? Bark, bark, bark. All you have to do is bark 3 times.
That's too hard a trick for Chusaka. Maybe you could teach her to jump through a hoop.
I already tried. She just sits there. Come on, Chusaka, give it a try.
Try showing her this sugar.
Chusaka. Alley-oop. Come on, jump.
See you, Tom Thomas. It's time for us to go to school. See you later, animal tamer.
Great job, Chusaka.
Our lesson for today is on the subject of reflexes. I'll write it here for you.
What's the lesson?
Someone's late again.
Ah, colleague, my glasses are gone. Are they here?
They're right there on your forehead.
Ooh, how about that? Forgive me for interrupting.
Let's continue our class. And so,
Thanks so much.
so you turned into screws again. Does anyone know why that is?
Because we have to hide ourselves from humans.
But you don't have to hide yourself from Professor Eugenius.
But we didn't know it was him at the door.
Right you are. You had already transformed before you had time to think. And that's what we call a reflex. To explain it in simple words, a reflex is when our body reacts to something automatically without needing any time at all to think about it. When we touch something very hot, we instantly jerk our hand back. When we're about to fall, we swing our arms and legs to try to keep our balance. Just imagine what would happen if we started thinking how and in which direction to move them. So it's fair to say that our reflexes help to protect us.
No kidding. They protect us. My nose itches. Achoo. Excuse me, I didn't mean it.
Professor, sneeze. Is that also a reflex?
It most certainly is one. Fire didn't want to, but then his nose tickled and achoo. Bless you, too.
Thank you.
And do dogs also have reflexes? Of course dogs have reflexes. All animals do.
Yeah. It's something all good animal trainers know. They use the animals' reflexes to teach them tricks. Many humans teach their pets lots of commands, like to bring a ball, to count, or even to dance. But to train a pet, you gotta know what to do. A good animal trainer always has plenty of treats handy. As soon as an animal follows a command correctly, like standing on its hind legs or jumping over a hurdle, the animal gets a treat. And then the trainer makes a unique signal right away, like clicking his fingers or blowing a whistle. After repeating this training over and over, the animal develops a reflex. Once it gets the signal, it carries out the command and then gets a treat. But the most important thing about animal training is to love your trainee and never hurt it. Otherwise, no treat will work.
Tom Thomas, we just learned in Fixie school how you can train Chusaka.
Yeah?
With the help of reflexes.
With what?
Where's Chusaka? Call her.
Chusaka, come here.
Give her a math problem. A nice simple one.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? It's a miracle. 3. You got it!
No, it's not a miracle. Science is what it is. You know how Chusaka barks whenever she sees a Fixie around. That's what we call a reflex, you know.
I understand. And do you know how I can teach her jumping?
Well, we didn't figure that out yet.
Wait a sec, I know how. Chasing Fixies. Isn't that one of Chusaka's reflexes?
Probably, although...
Great, so let's go and train the dog.
Nothing's ever too much for a good friend.
Chusaka.
It's pretty tough work being a dog trainer.
The armor.
23, 24, 25. Ready or not, here we come. I heard him. He ran into the hallway. You check the kitchen, Nolik, and I'll check the living room. Well, I just don't get it. Where could he be hiding? The office. We forgot to check in there. There's nowhere in here for him to hide. Inside the shark. Ha, Nolik. Tom Thomas couldn't even fit half of himself inside of that shark. Yeah? Then in that huge vase. Uh-huh. He's all scrunched up in there and laughing at us. Oh! Simka! There! Did you hear that? He is in there! There's no one. But I know that I heard a hee-hee. You imagined it. Let's go take a look in the bathroom. I imagined it.
It's so stuffy inside this armor. The arms got stuck.
Where else could he be? Who is that? Ah! Simka the Knight! He came to life!
Well, how much longer are you gonna look for me?
Armor is very hard clothing worn by warriors to protect them against swords and arrows. People started making armor in ancient times, but the full body armor that knights wore didn't start until the Middle Ages. The armor worn by knights on horses was heavy. It could weigh 100 pounds, and if a knight got knocked off of his horse, he'd need help to get back up again. By the way, the knights' horses, they wore their own heavy set of armor for protection.
Hey, did you turn into statues?
Tom Thomas? Is that you in there?
Who else? Lift up this visor, I can barely breathe.
And how come we should do it?
'Cause I can't. Don't you see? My arms got stuck.
We see. You look funny.
Funny to you, but now I'm stuck and I can't get out of here. Come on, help me out, please.
Great! Chusaka's just what we need right now.
Chusaka, what's wrong with you? It's me. Hey, stop it. Help, I can't get up.
Come on, let's undo the latches, Nolik, quickly.
Thanks for helping me.
It was nothing.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Let's put the night back together.
Uh-huh. Before Dad gets back.
Protective clothing isn't just for people who are fighting in battles. Travelers put on special nets to protect themselves against mosquitoes and gnats. And beekeepers wear protective clothes too. If they had nothing to protect them from bee stings, their job would be quite painful. Without their protective clothing, it would be impossible for firefighters to go into burning buildings and save people. And how could astronauts go into outer space without special clothing? It's freezing up there and there's no air to breathe at all. And that's why they wear a special costume called a spacesuit when they travel. The spacesuit not only protects astronauts from the cold, but supplies them with air so they can breathe. By the way, the Fixies also wear protective clothing so they can stay safe while they work.
Well, there. Did we get it right?
It looks like we got it right.
Only, where's the helmet?
Nolik went to get it. Tom Thomas! Helmet delivery!
Thanks there, Chusaka.
Whoa there, Warhorse. Calm yourself down.
There we go. It's all back in place again.
Too bad that your knight looks like a ballerina twirling around.
You see, his arm. I can't move it. It's stuck.
Here's what we'll do. Give him something to hold.
Well, how's that look?
Perfect. Now we can paddle into battle.
The prostheses.
Simka, over here. Take a look at what I found. It's a bear. Ooh. What bear did you find, Nolik? You know, it's the one Tom Thomas told us about. He was his best friend in the whole wide world. Until he became friends with you and me. What? Uh-huh. Let's try to wind him up. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Now walk, Teddy. Go on, Teddy. Yeah. Oh, no. Poor little teddy bear. They ripped his leg and didn't care. We didn't rip his leg. It was already broken. It's all clear. A compound fracture. Then why don't we fix him? Tom Thomas will be so happy. Wait, it's not going to be that easy to repair it. We'll need a prosthesis. The human body is built around a frame of bones and joints. And if you break one of the bones, it'll usually heal by itself. The broken bone will grow back together, and you'll be back to normal. But sometimes bones or joints can break so badly that it's impossible for them to heal. When this happens, they have to be replaced with an artificial part called a prosthesis. A prosthesis can replace more than a bone or a joint. It can be made to replace a whole arm or a leg. And where are we going to get a prosthesis? I'm positive we can get it from Professor Eugenius. You're right. Help is on the way. Hello, Professor Eugenius.
Ah, I'm pleased to see you, dear children. How do you do?
Hi there. Professor Eugenius, can you make a prosthesis?
What, have you broken something?
No, not us. It was the bear. He broke his leg.
What bear?
The teddy bear that used to be Tom Thomas's friend.
Ah, now I see.
Today, with the help of modern prosthetics, more is being replaced than just arms and legs. For example, if you lose a tooth, it can be replaced with an artificial one. That's also a prosthesis. And there are times when a person starts losing their vision because the lens in their eye gets foggy and can't focus. For this, there's another kind of prosthesis, a new clear artificial lens. A prosthesis can also be used to help people with poor hearing. A tiny device can be put inside of somebody's ear so they can hear what's going on. And that's not all. People have also learned how to treat a sick heart by replacing its worn-out parts with prostheses. What fantastic inventions these prostheses are. It's amazing what they can do. They help people live a full life.
Professor, is it working out?
We'll know soon enough. Done. Here you go.
Thanks so much for your help, Professor Eugenius.
Not at all. Take care, kids.
In gadgets and devices, our work will never end. Appliances are fickle, they need a loyal friend. At morning, noon, and midnight of every single day, when there is an emergency, fix things right.
Well, now this old friend of Tom Thomas's will be just like new, Nolik. Simka, if Tom Thomas makes friends with the bear, then what? Will he stop being friends with us?
Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
Oh, my teddy bear. You found him for me. And you fixed him. Ah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's just like Grandpoo said. A friend that's old is better than two that are new.
Who's new and who's old?
Well, the bear is old. And we're new.
Nolik, it's not true. You're the Fixies, guys. You're my very, very best friends in the whole wide world.
Teesh!
The vent. Tom Thomas. Tom Thomas.
Okay.
Simka, Tula, check it out. It's pretty, isn't it? Oh, splendid. It's nothing but a trinket. It's completely useless. Useless? Look how well it matches my hair clip. Useful things are the kinds of things you truly need. For instance, like this rope ladder I've got. It's splendid. And where do you plan on climbing with this thing? Now, this mirror here is both useful and pretty. Oh, how splendid. Tula, you say everything is splendid. Well, here's something super splendid that I bet you don't have. Oh, what is it? It's a mechanical super claw. It must be just perfect for scratching your back. Now look what I have. A photograph of Vector. And he signed it for me, too. Are you sure that's Vector? You've got a photo of the bravest Fixie on the face of the entire planet? Yeah, and the most beautiful. Is it him for sure? No way. Let me take a look. You'll smudge it. You've been fooled. No. Yes. Jealous? You are. My photo! Oh, no! What was that? A draft. This is completely your fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault for bragging so much. Please, girls, stop fighting. Let's go find it. It's just horrible to lose a picture signed by the most famous Fixie ever. It will be horrible when that picture of a Fixie is found by humans. So where could it be? I know how we can find it. Exactly. We'll blow a bubble and watch which way it goes as it floats away. We'll follow it and find your picture.
Do you know why you can blow bubbles out of soapy water? At the surface of any liquid, there's an invisible film that is very thin but very strong. If you want to see it for yourself, fill up a glass with water all the way to the very top. Now you need to take a coin and carefully drop it into the water sideways. Then drop in another coin, and another, and another. You'll see that the water doesn't pour out, but rises up and forms a hump. That's because the water at the top sticks together. Why? Because of a force called surface tension. Thanks to surface tension, water can form drops. It also helps us blow soap bubbles, because when we add soap into the water, the film gets even stronger, but still not strong enough to stop the bubbles from bursting.
Okay, it's ready. Now we need to blow. Do it together. And... I don't think this way's gonna work. Look, it's flying! We did it! The vent! Of course! Why didn't I think of that before? Have you ever seen holes in the bathroom or kitchen that are covered with grids? Well, those are called vents. And behind the vent is a long pipe called an air duct. unpleasant odors and musty air can be forced into the ducts and sent out of the house. And if you want that old, stale air to leave the house even faster, open a window and let in some of the fresh air from outside. Keep the air in your home as fresh as it can be. Hey, take a look! It got stuck over there! Get it before it flies away! How can we grab it? What do you mean? Don't you remember what I've got? Titties! Thank you, Simka. What would we ever have done without your mechanical claw and your fantastic ladder? Then here you go, a present for you. Oh, thanks, it's just great. And I want to give you this. Oh, gee, it's just splendid.
Simka, are you here? Huh, what you got there, Simka?
A little mirror. It's pretty, don't you think?
Oh, you girls. You're all the same.
The crowbar.
Everything's fine here, too. I wish something would break for a change. It's already been a week and nothing's broken in here.
Stop worrying. Everything breaks at some point.
Well, nothing seems to ever break inside of this house.
That's because we take such good care of it.
No, Masya, it's boring with no real work to do. We should move somewhere else.
When Fixies graduate from school, they must choose the place where they want to work. Some will work at factories, and some on ships, and some in theaters, and some in hospitals, too. Fixies are needed everywhere. Now, Fixie families with children like to choose places that are a bit quieter. Usually, they'll settle inside of people's houses. It's not too noisy there, like in a factory, but there's still plenty of work to do. They need to check on appliances like computers, vacuum cleaners, telephones, irons, and washing machines. And Fixies always try their best. They just love being busy with work. And so if there's nothing broken in the house, Fixie families will move to a new place where there's much more work to be done.
Nolik, did you hear that? I don't want to move anywhere.
But think about the kids, dear. They've got their school and friends here.
Do you like this friend of theirs? A human kid playing with Fixie kids. You know as well as I that it's just not right. All right, then. If nothing's broken down before the end of the day, that's all. We gotta move.
Oh, no, I can't. Tom Thomas comes home the day after tomorrow, and we'd be gone by then. Pull yourself together. And I won't see him anymore at all? Nolik, I have an idea. What idea? If something happens to break down before the end of the day, then we're not moving. But what if nothing breaks? Calm down. We're gonna make sure of it. Simka, you're a genius. But how can we make sure of it? We're going to use a crowbar. A crowbar is powerful and simple. It's nothing more than a heavy metal bar with either sharp or flat ends. It can be very helpful for breaking through concrete or ice. It can also be used as a lever to root out a tree stump or move a boulder. If one end of the bar has a claw cut into it, then it's good for pulling out nails. Yes, sometimes the simplest tools are the most powerful ones. Do we have that tool? We've got our pack-a-mat, and it's got everything. Yay! In gadgets and devices, our work will never end. Appliances are fickle, they need a loyal friend. At morning, noon, and midnight of every single day. When there is an emergency, you know we're on our way. 1, 2, 3, inside we'll be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3, inside we'll be all day and night. We fix things right. How about you let me try? Go on. Nolik! What are you thinking? I'm doing like you were doing. No, you're not. Now I'm confused. First off, whatever you break's gotta look like it broke all by itself. Oh, I gotcha. And second, you gotta break it in some way that can be fixed later.
Did someone say something needs fixing? Or am I hearing things?
Papas, we just found out that the television's broken down.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and one of the keys on the keyboard is stuck.
For real?
For real. And the clock's not running either.
Oh ho! Masya, our life is getting back on the right track.
Should we fix them?
Yeah, what else? We are the Fixies.
We live to keep on working, and work for us is fun. So we'll just keep on working, 'cause our work's never done. And deep inside of gadgets, if you look when it's dark, you might just see us race around like multicolored sparks. 1, 2, 3, Tadish! Inside we'll be Tadish! To fix what's wrong, Tadish! Till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3, Tadish! Inside we'll be Tadish! All day and night, Tadish! We fix things right.
Tadish! Oh, that was a lot to do.
You'd almost think that somebody broke it on purpose.
Well, we didn't do it. It broke by itself.
Yeah, this apartment still needs a lot of work. We shouldn't move anywhere. I like it here.
So do I. It's the best.
See, we don't need to go anywhere.
Nolik's cube.
Whoop.
Tom Thomas, you'll be late for school if you don't stop.
School? Don't you worry.
What's he breaking this time? This time, nothing. He's solving a Rubik's Cube, Nolik. Whose cube is it? The Rubik's Cube is the most popular puzzle game in the whole world. It was invented by Professor Rubik from Hungary. A cube has 6 sides on it. And on a Rubik's Cube, each of these sides has 9 squares that are all the same color. You start by mixing up the colors. To solve a Rubik's Cube, you have to turn the pieces, and you keep turning and turning them until each side is one solid color again. For instance, red or yellow or light blue. That's nothing. Hey, Tom Thomas, how long have you been messing around with this cube already?
It's been 3 whole days of turning.
3 whole days? We could solve that puzzle in 5 minutes, now couldn't we, Simka?
Oh, really? Then go right ahead. I'm off to school.
Well, you ready to show Tom Thomas who's boss? Just count me out. Hey, I thought you said Rubik's Cubes are easy to solve. I never said anything like that. This problem is all yours, Mr. Bragger. All right, I'll figure it out myself.
Hey, Nolik, looks like you've got a problem.
Oh, hi, Fire. No, I'm good. Just solving this Rubik's Cube.
Yeah? Can I do it with you?
What, you can do it?
Of course I can. How hard can it be?
You'll see for yourself. Try getting all the red squares on one side.
Piece of cake. Now hold it tight.
Great, I'm with you. Whoa!
You mean like that?
Class. And what about this side?
What?
This side's gotta be all blue.
Okay, let's go fix it. There, like you wanted.
Now what happened to the red side?
Huh?
Simka was telling me that on each side there has to be one color.
Oh, like Simka'd be able to do this?
Simka can do it all.
Well, if Simka can, then I can too.
Oh! Fire! You busted the cube!
I didn't bust it. I took it apart. Now let's put it together. And not just any way, but the right way.
Puzzles are toys, games, or problems that force you to use your mind in a clever and creative way. Take a labyrinth, for example. In a labyrinth, the challenge is to find the one way to get through a series of tangled corridors. Another fun puzzle is a jigsaw puzzle. Here, you need to put together a picture out of many little pieces. For this, you need to not only pay attention, but be patient. And there are all sorts of puzzles for the computer. One popular computer puzzle is Tetris. In Tetris, different shapes fall down the screen, and you have to think quickly to get them to line up into rows. And solving puzzles isn't only a great activity for people, it's good for Fixies, too. That's right, puzzles are like exercises for our brain.
There, all done.
Nolik, you better hurry, because Tom Thomas is on his way home.
Hi there, Simka.
Just take a look at this. We did it. I can't believe it. How? Oh, it was a piece of cake.
Simka, Nolik, I'm back.
Well, I'm out of here.
Ciao! Woohoo! Wow, you really solved it.
It was Nolik.
Nolik, you are cool. So how?
You see, first you break it apart into all of the pieces, and then you put it all back together. No.
That's cheating. You gotta turn the cube, not take it apart. Now I'll solve this cube, honestly.
I don't think you can.
Why, so sure?
I glued it together.
How come?
So you'll stop straining your brain with it. Now the cube will always be the right way.
But if it doesn't turn, it's not a Rubik's Cube.
Well, yeah. Now it's a Nolik's cube, right?
The draftsman.
Pew!
Huh? What?
Hi there, Tom Thomas. What are you drawing?
I'm not drawing. This is called drafting.
What's the difference?
Tell me, is that a circle?
Sure is.
And that?
It's a circle, too. Only it's a rounder one.
Of course. That's because I drafted it with a compass. And now I've got a real target. So now I'll load my dart gun.
Whoa! Why'd you shoot that thing at me?
It was the gun. I didn't even pull the trigger.
What? Did it break?
Let's open it up and see. There. This little part broke.
Let me go find Papoose. He can help you. He can make another one. A brand new one.
Wait, I can draft a technical drawing. Will Papoose understand how to read one of those?
Are you kidding? Papoose is an expert at everything.
Done.
Wow, Tom Thomas, you're a real technical drawer.
A draftsman, Nolik. That's what they call it.
Try drawing a perfect circle by hand. Can't do it, huh? Well, with the help of a drafting compass, your circle will turn out great. Just put the needle point in the center and turn the compass, and it's done. A compass is only one of the many different tools for drafting. For example, if you need to draw a straight line, use a ruler. And if you need to draft a frame for your picture, you can use a triangle. First draft one side, and then the other. And then to finish your frame, just turn the triangle upside down and draft the two remaining sides. You'll get a perfectly squared frame. There are also drafting instruments for making curved lines. They are called irregular curves, or French curves. But actually, now people use computers more and more for drafting technical drawings.
Papoose!
Huh? What happened?
We really need your help. One of the parts broke in Tom Thomas's dart gun. Could you make it?
What kind of part exactly?
Look, here's a technical drawing.
So, you even got a technical drawing. Very good then, let's take a look at it.
Here you go.
Super. Let's see. It's not gonna work. You see, it sticks out here on the side. I need to draft another technical drawing.
Papoose!
Huh? Nolik, you scared me again.
Forgive me, but the part has to stick out over on this side.
And you're sure that's all?
That's all, for real. Tom Thomas, it's done.
Listen, while you were gone, I realized that the part needs to have a hole right here.
Papoose?
Again?
Sorry about this, but there's a hole in this thing, too. A technical drawing is a special kind of drawing. It has to precisely describe the thing that needs to be made. To do that, the drawing must be very accurately drafted and include all of the measurements. And that's not all. If the object is complex, it must be drafted from at least 3 sides, including the front, the side, and the top. You see? The object looks different from every side. So if you don't want to work over and over again, learn to draft correctly.
Kaboom. It works.
Bullseye! And all thanks to our technical drawings. Yeah, after 3 tries, right? Some draftsman you are.
Now I can draft all sorts of technical drawings. Even one of you if you'd like.
No, don't bother. Hey!
Great.
That tickles.
Now do me a favor and turn.
Hey, what are you doing there? Just stop. What's going on?
Now I think I got it. It's done.
And what's that circle for, huh?
That's the top view.
You know what, Simka? That's what you really look like from up here.
Nolik, take this over to Papoose. He can use it to make another Simka.
No thanks, Tom Thomas. For me, 1 Simka's enough.
Batteries.
Oh, my little lemon, just you wait. One day you'll be a strong and splendid tree.
She's talking with a flower pot.
Oh, you scared me. Do you like it?
Like what?
My seedling, don't you see? It will grow into a huge tree. And there, amongst the green leaves, will be beautiful yellow lemons.
Class.
From that thing? Lemons?
Oh, yeah. It'll grow into a tree. All it needs for that is to gather energy.
Get energy from where?
From our sun.
The sun? It'll be so slow. Oh, batteries would be faster than the sun.
Batteries? I really don't think so.
Tula, do you know how much energy they have? Let's just bury a bunch of those batteries in here, and you'll be watching your lemon plant shoot up into a tree.
Are you positive?
Absolutely.
And where can we get the batteries?
Over there. Professor Eugenius has a whole box full of them.
Batteries, batteries,
We use them every day and need them by the ton.
batteries, batteries,
They give power to appliances so they can run.
batteries, 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 batteries.
That does it. We'll be seeing the first lemons before the week's over.
The first battery in the world was made in Italy more than 200 years ago. When 2 different kinds of metal were placed in salty water, electricity started flowing through a wire from one piece of metal to the other. Many years have passed since then, but batteries still work in pretty much the same way. Today, you can find batteries being used for electricity just about everywhere. Tiny batteries are used inside of wristwatches, while big batteries can power cars and even ships. With new batteries being produced by the millions, we have to think, how should we get rid of the old ones? You can't just throw away batteries because they'll poison our soil and water. The best way to dispose of batteries is to take them to a special collection station that sends them to factories for recycling. Yes, it's a terrible idea to bury batteries. You can kill any plants that are growing there. And this is the very reason why Professor Eugenius puts all of his used batteries in that box over there, so he can dispose of them properly. Hey, where are they?
Oh, my seedling! We
What? Where are the batteries?
They're in the flower pot.
How come?
So the lemons would grow faster.
From the batteries? Who came up with that idea? It will die! Hurry! We gotta go save it! The soil's contaminated. We've got to find a new home for the seedling.
But where?
Over there. There's a pot with healthy soil.
Let's do it!
Batteries, batteries. They come in different sizes, shapes, and colors too. Batteries, batteries. Could be yellow, might be green, or maybe red and blue. Batteries, 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 batteries,
Don't cry, Tula. The seedling will be perfectly fine. It will grow big and strong with branches full of beautiful lemons and oranges.
And watermelons.
It's a lemon tree fire. Will you ever stop going too far, like with the batteries?
Well, anyhow, batteries are cool, right? Look how many appliances can't work without them.
You're right. Appliances can't work. Look, the seedling's coming back to life.
It really is.
Tula, tell us, isn't it splendid?
Splendid.
But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let